Hello, you guys. It's Josh Vision. I'm here to give you my Game of Thrones Season 1, Episode 1 review. So, a lot of things happen in this episode. We're introduced to the Stark family and the Lannister family. We're introduced to the really interesting character of Jon Snow and Daenerys. Apparently, what we got from this episode is the fact that Daenerys is the daughter of the Mad King, along with her brother. Her brother's trying to get her married to this very warrior-like clan. I forgot who the leader of the clan is, but apparently there's something along the lines of they're very brutal warriors, and that losing to them is very shameful. And when they lose, they have to cut off their long hair. And the more they win, the longer their hair gets, and it gets braided in certain ways, and etc. etc. Apparently, he's the baddest wolf and the baddest man of the clan, the leader. So, she's supposed to get married to him, and they're supposed to forge this alliance so they can come together and take back what Daenerys and her brother's father, aka the Mad King, lost years ago. Now, I'm trying to remember if he lost the kingdom around 17 years ago or 9 years ago, because those are the numbers that were thrown around in this episode. Besides that, the interesting connection is the fact that Robert Baratheon, I believe, he's the king of King's Landing. He's married to Cersei's, who is the daughter of the old king of King's Landing, and her brother is a renowned warrior, the one responsible for personally killing the Mad King. And they also have a little brother who's literally little, but you could tell he's very charismatic and smart. It's kind of a dwarf named Tyrion, I believe. So, anyways, the king, Robert, he personally wants to wipe out the descendants and the remainder of the clan of the Mad King, more due to a personal vendetta, due to the fact that the Mad King was responsible for the murder of Stark's sister, who was supposed to be married to Robert, and apparently they were lovers. Apparently. In regards to the Stark family, Ned Stark has 5 children, with his wife. And I thought one of them, I believe the character's name is Jon Snow, I thought he was also the son, of both Stark and his wife. Apparently he isn't. He's a bastard. So I'm just assuming he's just the son of Stark during an extramarital affair. So that would explain the dirty looks he was given all episode by the wife. Sucks. Besides that, the character of Brian and Ira had a lot of spotlight this episode. Ira's very tomboyish. She doesn't like being very woman-like, something that her older sister Sansa has no problem doing. And being Brian is around 10 years old, and I believe there was a scene in which his father brought him alongside his other brothers to watch him behead one of the deserters earlier in the episode. Because one of the deserters in the episode, he talked about, I don't think he talked, well, yeah, he did talk about the fact that supposedly either the Night Walkers or the Winter Walkers are back. And apparently they were gone for a good amount of years, and people really didn't believe it, especially Stark, but he was kind of thinking about it, saying this could be true, but maybe, nah, it's impossible. But anyways, he was beheaded for deserting his 3-man group, even though they were all kind of beheaded in a way, because they got beheaded by, apparently the Winter Walkers. But anyhow, during the feast, Jon Snow wasn't allowed to join his half-brothers because apparently Ned Stark's wife thought it would be disrespectful for the king and his wife to share a table, not necessarily with the family, but the fact that the bastard was joining in with, the royal family, whatever. So Yeah, lame excuse. So he's outside, he's pissed, and he has this very interesting conversation with the dwarf, the youngest brother of the Lannisters, about being, a bastard. And the guy's like, listen, just accept it. If you accept what you are, it sort of lessens the blow of all the crap people can say about you. And Jon Snow's like, how would you know about being a bastard? And the dwarf has a really, really great reply. He's like, when you're in my shoes and the son of a king, being a dwarf, you are kind of a bastard. So that was just a very interesting, little scene they had together. We find out that Xerxes and her brother have this weird and sexual relationship. It's kind of weird. We also find out that Xerxes' husband, the king, King Robert, he's kind of a male whore. Like, he's mad unfaithful. He literally screws anything that walks that has a pair of melons and a vagina. What else in this episode? I'm trying to remember, other important things. Besides the marriage of Daenerys to the leader to that group, I think we saw 3 dragon eggs that caught her interest. And besides that, we're kind of left at that. And the other important thing that comes to mind during this episode was the fact that the young boy, Brian, the 10-year-old, the son of Ned Stark, he's thrown literally from a window while he saw, the 2 brothers, Xerxes and Jaime, get on, up in one of those castles. So he's thrown literally from the top of the castle, obviously to hide what they were doing, and that's how the episode ended. Oh, another thing that happened in this episode is the fact that King Robert, wanted Ned Stark to basically be his right-hand man, his number one guy, because he's paranoid, he doesn't trust anyone, and he feels, there's a war coming. So that's all I got for this little review, you guys. I'll be back in a few hours for my Game of Thrones Season 1, Episode 2 review. If I missed anything, write it down below in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Adios, Josh Vision.